approval of financials, 7.1. Resolution approving and ratifying bills, authorizing budget transfers, and accepting monthly financial report. Seek a motion on that, please.
So moved. Second.
Comments, questions?
Yeah, just a comment, and I've talked to the chairman about this. There's some inconsistencies in Jerry's travel again. I thought that we had it cleaned up, and I guess that has it plastered, so we're gonna work on it again.
What was that? Well, why don't we say that for closed session?
Roll call.
Mr. Commodore?
Aye.
Ms. Paul?
Aye.
Dr. Kerrigan?
Aye.
Ms. Goshgarian?
Aye.
Dr. Griffin?
Aye.
Ms. Holland?
Aye.
Mrs. Oilschlager?
No.
7.2, resolution authorizing transfer of funds from operations and maintenance fund restricted to the operating funds. I'll seek a motion on that, please.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Comments, questions? Roll call.
Mr. Commodore?
Aye.
Ms. Paul?
Aye.
Dr. Kerrigan?
Aye.
Ms. Goshgarian?
Aye.
Dr. Griffin?
Aye.
Ms. Holland?
Aye.
Mrs. Oilschlager?
Aye.
7.3 is the resolution adopting the fiscal year 2017 budget. Seek a motion for that, please.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Comments, questions? Roll call.
Mr. Commodore?
Aye.
Ms. Paul?
Aye.
Dr. Kerrigan?
Aye.
Ms. Goshgarian?
Aye.
Dr. Griffin?
Aye.
Ms. Holland?
Aye.
Mrs. Oilschlager?
Aye.
7.4 is Prevailing Wage Act resolution. Seek a motion for that, please.
So moved. Second.
Comments, questions? Roll call.
Mr. Commodore?
Aye.
Ms. Paul?
Aye.
Dr. Kerrigan?
Aye.
Ms. Goshgarian?
Aye.
Dr. Griffin?
Aye.
Ms. Holland?
Aye.
Mrs. Oilschlager?
Aye.
7.5 is the authorization to transfer funds to complete the science building project. Can I seek a motion for that?
So moved.
Second.
Comments?
This is our fallback position in the event that stuff doesn't come through now from the state that is
Yep.
potentially pending in their stopgap bill.
That's right.
Obviously, we're encouraged if there's a bill that might come through, but if it doesn't, we do need to keep paying the bills.
Keep our bond rating.
I haven't been encouraged by anything they're doing down
Yeah,
there, so,
yeah,
you know, they keep setting stuff up and then not acting on it, so.
Well, let's just hope we never have to implement this.
Well, we don't have an actual resolution here. I mean, we just have this description, but, and it says in the recommendation, you recommend that we approve this, but in your discussion above it, you say if the state funds are not restored or received by December. I mean, I'd really like to make that restriction on this, that we're not gonna approve this transfer unless we're in the situation of where it's like what you described, unless we don't have these funds by whatever length of time is a reasonable length of time that we have to do this, because it's such a reserve measure. It's not what we want to do. So, I mean, I don't want to just approve it. Like the recommendation says, approve that we suspend the master plan projects and use the funds for this. And it doesn't have any restriction in the description as to what we're voting on in terms of the time frame. And I'm thinking if we don't have this state funds by, and I can't tell the date when you need to have the money
July,
to
we're
do
out
this.
this month,
Yeah, we're
so,
out.
yeah, we have to stop in July.
So we
Really?
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
begin,
We're out of
right,
money.
so let's just say they don't vote next week on the stopgap bill, right? And then they keep fighting and wrangling till August, we would have to stop the construction. So,
We're at that point.
You're at that point right now. Well, then your paragraph here that you have, if state funds are not restored or received by December, these projects will either be canceled or restarted. I mean, you don't mean that. You mean we gotta do it now.
So should we just drop that paragraph? Then?
Well, take it out then,
Yeah.
because that's
Sure,
not
we
what you
can do
mean.
that.
You mean you're at a point now where
Yeah.
we have to do it now or else we're in
Yeah.
peril?
Right.
All right.
Are these in any kind of priority order?
We took a look at all the projects that we could stop without causing any additional
So it's
harm.
all or none?
No, in theory, every month that we wait, we'll be burning up, let's say, $1 million or $2 million a month. the state funds come through, or we could cancel later phases of the Lakeshore campus, for example.
So are they in priority order? I mean, what is the priority, I guess, is the question.
Lakeshore campus is not underway, so that 11 million is sitting idle.
Okay,
None of
so
these
that
other-
wouldn't be number one on the chopping block.
Correct.
Okay, what would be?
No.
Well, it would be number
It
one.
would be number
one
one. It could
on
be
the
number one,
chopping
and in
block.
fact, it would last us
It is.
7 months, 8 months.
Okay, so
So
the 11 million would be number one
Right.
to say, hey, we're not gonna do this, okay?
Yeah,
And what
because it
about
hasn't
the
even
rest of them?
started yet.
This would
What's the
cover-
priority?
Well, we just, parking lot would probably be number 2. Probably we haven't used the building weatherization, so we can make that a number 2 as well, probably a tie for second. Postpone repaving lot 6.
Well, why don't we come back in August with a list of priorities? We've told you what number one is, that'll last 6 months, and if we don't have funding by August, rather than go through a theoretical exercise here, we'll actually give you
Oh, I
the
thought
list
you
of
would have prioritized them
Well,
already if you know the
this
money's
last-
not coming in.
we said we're
We could
stopping all
either do
these now,
this,
so-
Or we can't do this,
Yeah.
or whatever. I
This-
figured that would have been done already.
This money that you're asking will cover the remaining cost of the science building.
Correct.
Okay. That's it.
Right.
Is there any other agreement we need, intergovernmental agreements to do any of this transfer of money? Because now we've taken the money away from Waukegan.
Yeah, but we can't do Waukegan, the fund's not there to do Waukegan.
But do we have any obligation, because it's a state project, to allocate those funds in a different way? That's one question. Second question, it says we're supposed to get 17.5 million from the state, and that only frees up 11.6.
Correct, which is why we identified more than
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Which is the rest.
So I think we need to direct you to, you need money to go forward, that's
Right.
one thing. But I think we need to direct you to do whatever paperwork needs to be done so that we don't put this Lakeshore project in jeopardy.
But what I'm asking, and it's along your lines, I think, is that the money comes from the state for Lakeshore. Now, taking this.
No, this,
That's what
This
I'm-
is,
Oh,
this is
yeah.
the local share of
Yeah,
the,
I understand, but is there any other, I mean, we've said we're gonna use this money for Lakeshore. It's our money.
right.
Okay. Now the money comes from the state. Is there any concern about that we're taking the money over here, we moved it to here?
I don't see it, does somebody else?
I don't know.
Can it be easily moved back? That's
Yes,
the question.
Yes.
Okay, that's what.
yes.
Right, but wouldn't you think that you'd have to like run that by them?
I
I
would
would
think
think
so.
so.
That's
That you
what I'm
would-
asking.
Well, we can shut down the project, I mean, it's,
No, but I think you can say to the
the
ICCP,
Lakeshore project's on hold right now with ICCB, or with the Capital Development
yeah,
Board.
it's not, it's
So,
not.
it's on hold.
I
But if
get
we're
all that,
taking
but I'm
money-
not the capital development board. I think that it would behoove us to contact them and say, under the circumstances, we feel compelled to take this course of
We
action.
would of course notify them, yeah.
Right.
We'll definitely do that. We had a conversation with them actually a couple of weeks ago, just trying to find out how we could restart Lakeshore and under what conditions and all of that, assuming that, this was gonna get fixed, and now it isn't. So we'll have a conversation with them.
Well, and I think it's not just tell them what we're doing, and you could say your board took this action, but that we feel that we need to let them know and make sure that there are not gonna be any ramifications from this, because we feel like we don't have a choice.
Am I understanding you correctly that the concern is we're taking our own money that was allocated for the Lakeshore project? That was our share, it's not CDB money.
Right.
And we're gonna move it over to finish the science building because that's under construction and we don't wanna have damage to that building. We wanna get the thing finished because we don't know what the state's gonna do. So then when the CDB money comes and we pay back a portion, is that gonna be a problem, I think? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that
That
it
it's
would-
transferred from one account to another?
I'm saying it would really surprise me if we would not be in violation of a contract of some type by doing this action. And
The
so,
dollars aren't there now, they're in our own accounts, they're not in the state's trust fund. We're not obligated to put our dollars in the state trust fund until the state puts their dollars in. So, when if the dollars get released for both projects, we would just be moving the monies back into that.
Our
trust
own
fund.
money
Our own
would be
monies back
moving.
in that fund.
Okay.
But you're right, we could diagram that out and put it in writing so it's all clear and on the table for them, but
I think that's what it is.
Covers-
Yeah, we'll be happy to do
I
that.
think that covers your.
Let's see what happens.
Is that something that should be done first? And if it's and I think I get where you're going with this, Jean, if it's a CDB project, we're saying, hey, we've already got our local share of however much it is to do that particular project. Okay, now we're taking it away.
Well, I'm just thinking that, that's all been approved and it's all grants, contracts, something. I'm just concerned that
Well,
we can be in breach of something.
I think what you just said, that it
Yeah,
doesn't,
maybe I don't know.
it doesn't have to go into their pool or whatever
Right.
it is until the state gives us
Right.
their portion of
Their-
it in the pool. So right now, it's ours to do whatever we
The current
want
agreement
with
is
it.
their dollars are supposed to be spent first.
Right,
Their dollars are zero.
okay.
So, okay,
We
then
actually have a small trust fund set up, I think it was like $80,000 just to get the account started, but we have no resources set into that account today.
And see, legally, then I don't see where there would be an issue.
I don't either,
Because
but-
it's our own funds. We're not putting them in whatever the state is doing right now, because they're ours. And when it comes time and we get that state money and we have to come up with our portion, then we do it at that time,
Right.
like we're supposed to.
Right.
So we haven't violated anything. We're not taking any money away from anybody.
Right.
The fact that we're
Is that
having
right,
this
Bob?
conversation tells me that we don't know.
that's right.
So I think that the fact we should just get some clarification to make sure that we are not in breach. I mean, it doesn't seem like
Well,
that
Bob
would be a
just
big
said
deal.
that.
Okay, well,
That's
here's a
correct.
possibility.
I mean, we're talking to
I got
three
you.
attorneys sitting here, so.
Okay, here's a possibility. We'll prioritize number one as the unused emergency building weatherization. That's $2 million. That'll last us till August. If it hasn't been settled by August, then we'll come back with a plan to prioritize the other, and we'll also check on any legal ramifications around the lake shore, but we won't have touched any of those funds to put that in play.
Below the 2 million number.
Yeah. Okay?
Sounds reasonable.
Okay?
Because we have to protect that science building.
That may not be enough, though, that's my only concern.
Well, then,
Yeah.
we'll also take that, no, we'll
We're
take,
at the tail end of the project, they're spending at a pretty good clip right now. I mean, Mike, do you know by chance?
Currently, we're spending about $1.5 million a month.
okay, then we'll take
Then go ahead
the
and do-
next,
If you
the parking
assure
lot
us
also.
that it's okay, then go
Yeah.
ahead and do it.
Yeah, and if we're not, we'll come back and
Yeah.
revise it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Bob said that.
I think it's fine. I think it's cool.
All right, good.
Roll call.
Mr. Condon?
Yeah, but then they're gonna prioritize this stuff.
Aye.
Ms. Paul? Dr. Kerrigan?
Aye.
Ms. Goshgarian?
Aye.
Dr. Griffin?
Aye.
Ms. Howland?
Aye.
Mrs. Oilschlager?
Aye.